Thank you, Tater Chip. Okay, so this was Mr. Subin's card, and I was saying to Mr. Subin that we've been doing readings for you for a while, and I know that you are trying to create something out of your life. You want an abundant, enemy-free life. I know that you're creating that. And on the horizon there have been obstacles, specifically to do with your knowledge and your education. And you've always been like, well, until now you've been like, I'll face that when I get there. When it becomes an issue, I'll overcome it when I get there. I'll figure out a way. So in the present right now, you are at that bridge. It's time to cross that bridge. So you are taking a step back, and you're considering all of the creative solutions you could apply. You're thinking about you're coming up with your strategy on how you can overcome this obstacle. You're like, okay, if I take this little course, or if I read this book or whatever, or if I interact with these people, I can learn to overcome this obstacle. As I take a step, I can learn about, like, maybe you need a degree to do what you're doing, right? Maybe most people have a degree, but you don't. So then as you go, as you are confronted by obstacles, you learn how to overcome that obstacle. So you're doing the study in practice. That's what this card is telling me. And it just wants to encourage you. It says that's the right way to go. You know, if you sit back and you be like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'll just wait until things get better, nothing will get better. You've got to come up with a solution, and that's what I see you doing here. You're coming up with your strategy to make your breakthrough. And then earlier, what did I have on the table? I had the Devil in reverse, and I had the Eight of Swords in reverse, and I had the Art card. Okay, so what that was talking to me about was just like a general reading for us at large. The Devil card in reverse in the position of the past was like, we've come from there, we've had people who disagree with us, we try to convince them, we all thought that our way was right, and we all were trying to force the other one to agree with us, and that our way is the way, and eventually we were like, this isn't working, who cares anymore, fighting doesn't accomplish anything, I'm just going to do what I do, and you do what you do, let it live and let be. In the center we had the Eight of Swords in reverse. So that's basically, as we realize that fighting is not the way to go, that like disagreements and trying to convince and force others to see things from our perspective doesn't work, that whole paradigm died, and a new paradigm is born. So the Eight of Swords there in reverse is saying that there's still parts of us that are clinging onto the old paradigm. Like, our identities were very much founded in that old paradigm, so we're having a bit of trouble adjusting because that paradigm is no longer applicable. Those beliefs are no longer applicable in the present, but we still have a tendency to hang on to them. Which just causes us discomfort. In the future, what I saw was the Art card, and that one is about learning to be co-creative and flexible within a community. Basically establishing a new sort of community that is co-creative. Everybody's letting their creative talents support each other, and what was the other word I wanted to use? I don't even remember, but it was something along the lines of supportive. It's like supportive and co-creative, just working together to establish new identity within the new paradigm. No, kitten, I told you to choose if you're going to be inside or outside, and you couldn't. So Tater Chip, if you would like a reading, just go ahead and let me know. You're welcome, Mr. Subin. Thank you for joining us again today. mouse is a little bit, my trackpad is a little bit sensitive, I see. Share me out. Seven of Swords in reverse. Decisions regarding which ideas we want to give our focus to. So the card in reverse implies that we've already decided, we've already chosen creative projects and ideas to manifest. And now we want to go back into that place and choose something new. If we do that, we lose out on whatever we've already created, you know? It's like you swam halfway across the river. You swam halfway across and then decided to go back. You ended up swimming the whole distance, but didn't get anywhere. That's the kind of energy of that swords. It's just like heads up, being like, whoa, what are you doing? Contemplating new things, starting new things. You've already got things on the boiler. Just stick with what you've been doing the whole time. Basically. There's no more options. Share to a group. So if I drew that card with regards to sharing the stream out, and if I have to consider it from that perspective, it's kind of saying to me, like in the last couple streams, I shared only to my page and one group. So it's kind of like that. It's like kind of saying to me, why? Like this whole time you've got like a certain routine. There's a certain list of groups that you share this with that has helped you grow. So why are you doing things differently? That's what I get from it. Oh jeez. Lagging and stuff. Whoa. I usually stick to public groups. Hey Milton, what's up? Yeah, I was there this morning. I brought up the idea, like I suggested using a camera, and I was like, bro, like, use a camera, bro. And you were like, I do whatever the fuck I want, bro. And I was like, okay. And you were like, give me a topic. And I was like, let's talk about anarchy. And you were like, okay, we talk about archery and alchemy and the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I was like, whoa, dude. Yeah, I wanted to talk about just like how YouTube is a video platform, so you would do better using video on a video platform. If you wanted to do like audio only podcasts and shit, then do it on an audio only platform like Spotify. I'm like, I don't want to tell you what to do. I was just wanted to put that idea out there. And then on the topic of anarchy, you were talking about freedom, and how you wouldn't, like, I wouldn't survive very long if I left the city. Well, I'm not living in the city, I'm literally in the fucking middle of nowhere. Got solar system here, got chickens and pigs and shit here, and I hunt wild boar every now and then. That's beside the point. So I wanted to talk about anarchy because literally what I'm doing is freedom. It's freedom embodied. It's anarchy as a lifestyle. Like, I'm not out here being lawless or whatever. I'm just living according to my own law. Like, just whatever I fancy doing, just fucking do it, as hard as it might be. Now, I get you. I was just lolling with you in the stream, because at that time I was the only one in the chat. Hey, Seema. I could have described how to make Sudan anarchy-based objects, but I thought better. My studio don't have a light bulb at the moment. I see. I wasn't directly referring to you as referring to most of my audience. Yup, gotcha. Welcome in, Seema. If you want a reading, just let me know. In the moment, I'm just busy sharing my stream out to a bunch of different groups. Doing good though, thank you for asking. So you don't really need a light bulb, as long as you stream in daylight. If you've got a room with like a window, if you sit directly in front of the window, so I don't have a window in this room, I've got a door with windows in it, so I sit next to it. Light bulbs help a lot. But yeah, as long as you got some good natural lighting, specifically on a day that's overcast, that's the best. And you don't need any kind of professional lights and all that. I had 3 goblin popping in and out, don't know who that is. Okay, I see. 3 goblin. I saw that. I saw the 3 goblin in the chat when I got there. So what am I doing today? I'm just reading tarot cards, eh? I'm reading 1 card tarot. 3 cards will go to those who tip. Members get 6 card spreads. We don't have all that many members at this point though. But you can type !VIP if you want to know if you want to know more about getting VIP membership. Otherwise, like in between readings, I'm gonna draw a little star because I'm animating a video. I got this like dope ass recording that I made the other day, and I wanna, what was I saying? I want to put some animated stuff on it. So last time I streamed, I made a little like sigil that I'm gonna animate, and I want to also draw like a star and a moon and put it on a little animated stick figure thing that I drew, along with like some close-ups of the strumming on the guitar. 1 card guidance for Seema, KK Seema, coming right up. Coming right up. Hopefully you'll get your reading the lag. will be really nice if that happens. Okay, what is this card saying? Oh, look, it's the exact same card that was already on the table, except it's the right way around. So that's a Seven of Swords, and what the Seven of Swords is about is choosing which ideas, which skills, what exactly are you going to dedicate all of your time and energy on. So, like, we often sit down and we're like, hey, I want to be a famous musician, I want to be an artist, I want to run a little restaurant, I want to this, that, and that. We've got all these infinite ideas and possibilities that we want to manifest for ourselves. But as long as we are sitting there thinking about all these infinite ideas, none of it will manifest for you. So that's what this card is saying to you, is choose exactly which things you're going to dedicate your time and energy towards manifesting. Like, choose your idea. Choose, am I going to be this? Am I going to be that? Am I going to study this, that, or that? Choose what you're going to do. Choose like a handful of things and then dedicate all of your energy and time to those few things. Instead of trying to do millions of things and never doing any of it, choose a handful of things and do all of them with everything that you got. That's what this card says to you, Seema. Elisha, welcome in. And of course you can get a card. You're up next. Elisha, Toinita, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. We got a 3 of discs in reverse here. So immediately the first thing that pops up for me with this card is having to work with other people in your financial world. Like, this could be talking about colleagues, business partners, that kind of thing. Also to do with like romantic partner, physical, sexual partner. I feel energies of jealousy, feeling like there's a third wheel in a relationship. Whether or not it's true, feeling like it's there, feeling the jealousy, feeling the frustration, feeling like they're an interference. Like, I'm imagining me going out with my girlfriend and taking my brother with me everywhere that we go. That kind of energy. But that is less important what this card is talking about. This card is not really focusing on the relationship, it's focusing on business. It's saying that the same kind of energy that you're feeling from the relationship, you're feeling in the business. Like, there's someone interfering with your business relationships, or your colleagues' relationships, your like working relationships. You feel like there's someone there who's like a third wheel, who shouldn't be there, someone who's interfering with your relationship. And that's not the case. The truth is that you all three, or all four, or however many there are, should be working together. Fully working together. Like, in your mind, or in your partner's mind, or your friend's mind, or whatever, you're like, we work well together, we don't need this third wheel. But the truth is, you would be even better if all three of you, including the third wheel, were working together, if that makes sense. Right now, this interference, the way it currently stands, where you're trying to get away from the reality as it really is. So the reality that really is that it takes 3 to tango, but you want the reality to be it takes 2 to tango. So that not wanting to accept the reality for what it is, it takes away the hope of your dreams. Like, you're trying to create something from your life, so there's no hope of creating that as long as you are obsessing about being in a reality that doesn't exist. Being in this reality where it takes 2 to tango, which is actually an illusion, prevents you from ever getting to your end goal. If you can accept that person into the sphere and start working with them, co-creating alongside them, then you give hope to your outcome, you give hope to your dreams, make it possible. That's what this card is saying to you, Elisha. And yeah, that is that. Back to what I was doing before, but would really appreciate a subscribe and a like from you. Elisha? If you haven't already. That's how you currently feel. Just want to let you know that we can dive further in. I do offer like private sessions with different types of divination. And if you send a tip, I will pull out 3 cards for you. 3 cards will give you a bit more insight. Sharing my stream to a bunch of groups and stuff. Whenever I'm not engaged in readings, I'm sharing my stream out. We've got a Discord server and a Facebook group, you know. The community is a bit bigger than just the stream. So I do feel like this for a long time has been like a core of the community. These like live streams where we just like, it's a public group chat. It's like been the core of the community, but the Discord is another core of the community. So it's like the stream community and the Discord community are like 2 pillars that hold up this house. Like a lot of people have been saying to me they miss me when I'm not streaming, and I'd be like, I didn't go anywhere, just jump into the Discord and we can chat whenever the fuck you want. We can have a voice chat and we can talk about dream weaving. And we can talk about magic, and we can do ceremonies together on the full moon and the new moon. But nah. Some of you guys do come through. A lot of you guys are in the Discord. Your Discord is the best, man. Even the hippies like me in there. Lol, are you a hippie, bro? I had no idea you was a hippie. Come and interact more often, bro. Post your drawings in the Museum of Arts, bro. You can type !Discord. Oh wait, you're already there. !Discord will get you a link to the Discord channel, Discord server. I'm just gonna keep on sharing this until Facebook like gives me a shadow ban. If you share too many times at once, then Facebook like they like give you a temporary block from sharing and posting in groups that last a few hours. I'm almost at the end of the list. Hippie is my code word for extremist only, socially. Oh, social extremist. You as fucking extremist, dude. I didn't know that. I guess I kinda did. I don't know, what is an extremist? Like the O9A are extremists, maybe. I don't know. Are they even extremist? Or are they just about shock value? So what I've got here on this page is like a bunch of elements. So I've got a moon that can like grow and shrink when it's, yeah, leaves that can like sway and fall and spin, stars that can like grow and shrink and spin, and clouds that can like move across the horizon. And I want also to have like a little star here. So these are little elements that I'm going to scan this in, and I'm going to cut all these things out individually with my Photo Demon software, and then use OpenShot Video Editor to animate them into a music video. You like how I do those stars? Thanks, bro. Still got a few more groups on the list. So basically how it works, if you want a 1-card tarot reading, just go ahead and ask, and just let me know that's what you're here for, and you get it. Should I pull a card out of the deck for you, Milton? You interested? Well, since you're offering, I'll take a 1-card tarot reading. Sounds like fun. Sometimes. Could be fun, maybe. Who knows? Thank you, I needed this. I wasn't a little stressed today. Oh, sorry to hear that, Seema. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a bit more relaxed, not so stressed. It's very easy to get into a 7 of Swords energy when you're stressed. Like, what am I doing with my life? What am I going to create with my life? Oh no, reality's passing me by. Don't stress about it too much. As long as you're doing one creative thing, one constructive thing, doing something that you love, like say I want to be a famous guitarist, then as long as I'm like playing music every day or recording a little track every couple days, even if it's just on my phone, then I'm creating that future for myself. This is Milton Knowles. That's a Princess of Wands. So this card is really cool, Milton. I really like that this card has shown up. This is like over here she's got this tiger and it's falling away. So in the Fool card, the tiger is also there. The tiger is used as a symbol of fear in this deck. So it's like for a long time there's been this anxiety that bites into you, fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, subtle fears that you've worked really hard to deal with, but in the present you've actually killed it. So for a long time you've been dealing with these like frustrating anxieties. In the present you are slaying that tiger for once and for all, like killing it permanently. It's still, the corpse is still attached to you, but at any point you can let it go. Following your creative light, this like flame here, this brazier is your creative energy, it's your intuition, it's your motivation, the things that you desire out of life. It's your heart's desire, basically. So by following that and trusting in that, you can cast away this this corpse of fear, this dead fear of the unknown, this dead fear of the uncertainty, because whatever it is that you're creating, wherever it is that you're going, you've been here before, you've done all this shit before, so you know what the worst case scenario is, and you are in a better position to succeed than you've ever been in before. And a little bit more advice that this card has for you is that this can, whatever it is that you want to create for yourself, whatever this intention is, it's going to be best accomplished alongside a partner. Princess is number 14, and 14 is about co-creation. collaboration. So whatever it is that you're intending to create for yourself, it's best done alongside other people. And that's your reading. I hope it was as fun as it sounded. Okay, which groups have I not yet shared into? This one. Very much puts more faith into the projects you've been opening up and working on, currently working on. Amazing. Amazing. Helps to cement that paradigm. Amazing. Fucking beautiful. I really do appreciate you guys and your participation here today. Thank you so much for all the likes that you're putting on my video. It really helps, guys. Yes, please, go ahead. Very interested to hear your style of interpretation. With this new setup, I can actually listen to music while I'm doing tarot readings. The way I had it set up before, it wasn't possible. So I need to divide the circle into like 10 parts. 5, 5. Yeah, 10 parts. I've got a little 8-part thingamajig there. 6. No, I don't have a 6. So I'll make a 6 then. Okay. You pulled the lovers from the Rider Waite. So I take that there is an interest in your life that you need to pursue. As long as you temper your focus, it should fall out the way you desire. Okay, cool. I see. Very interesting. Thank you. Thank you very much for reading for me. So I'm gonna look at that again. Interest in my life that I need to pursue. Is that music? Is that art? Is that magic? I feel like that's ma'at. So recently I was thinking about Egypt and how the Hekayu would do daily rituals and weekly ritual and monthly and yearly. They would do these things to solidify their paradigm and to like maintain the civilization that was Egypt. They're like, we've built all of this, this is how we did it, and this is how we maintain it. So I was thinking about that, and I guess I've kind of decided to incorporate that idea, that method into my own practice. Like choose certain rituals that I will do daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So this over here, this dragon egg, is going to be my yearly ritual. I will make one of these clay eggs, put all kinds of symbolic ingredients into it, and fire it. Ideally we want it to disintegrate in the fire, but like this one, has turned into a brick. It didn't disintegrate. It's got some cracks in it, so I'm going to put it back in the fire tonight. Hopefully it will happen. But then I also got more, like the Wheel of Misfortune, like this thing here, the Wheel of the Year. Creating one and then destroying one. Creating one and destroying one regularly. Luke Skywalker is now following. Thanks for the follow, Luke. Welcome in, by the way. So I feel like that's the interest that your lover's card is pointing out for me. But naturally, also my music is part of that. The art is part of that. All these things work together, you know. All of it is ritual in essence. Hi there, Luke. How are you doing today? We are doing 1 card free readings if you're interested. I took the liberty of drawing another card. I hope you don't mind, but it was the Two of Cups. It inquires in context that would be tempered by an exchange of knowledge. Interesting. Doing good, thanks, says Luke. How about you? I'm good. Doing pretty good. Just finished giving birth. Metaphorically speaking, not literally. Sure, I'll take 1 card reading. Fantastic. Mr. Subin says, you reduce from 3 cards to 1 card? Why? Because it's easier to do 1 card readings, Mr. Subin. It doesn't drain me as much. And I will still do 3 card readings. If somebody wants my energy and they're prepared to give energy in return, then I will gladly do 3 cards for them, or even more. So that's why, Mr. Subin, like you've been here in my channel for a year, Mr. Subin, and I've given you a lot of readings. And this is what I do professionally, right? It's how I make a living. But you've never paid me for any of the services that I've provided. Now, I know I don't ask money, but if I don't make money, I can't continue doing it, right? So, yeah, just putting that out there. That's why. So, Luke, I can do a like general reading for you, or I can answer a specific question. It's up to you. General reading sounds good. Fantastic. It's the art card, number 14 of the trumps. So this card is all about establishing your identity. So like every time that I go out and do something, so I take up a project, I'm now going out into the world and interviewing people and videoing that and posting it on the internet. And so it's like establishing my identity within being a reporter. Or I decide, okay, I'm going to draw a tarot deck, and so I spend hours every day drawing tarot cards, and you know, that establishes me as someone who has created a tarot deck, someone who is an occultist and a magical practitioner and an artist. So that's what this number 14 is about. It's like doing creative projects, starting new things that are like cornerstones of your identity, that build up your ego, that build up your sense of who you are and what you're doing on this planet. It's definitely encouraging you to do that alongside other people, because like I'm an incredible creator alone. I can make amazing music, I can make incredible art, but when I co-create alongside other artists and other musicians, it's mind-blowing. So yeah, this card is talking about taking up projects or focusing your energy into projects that you're doing, because they are how people will know you in the future. Right now it's something that you only just started, but in the future it's going to be the reason that people know you and know of you is through these projects that you've done, through these creative endeavors. And it's encouraging you to bring other people in and do this alongside other people. If someone else is doing some kind of project, to get involved and to involve other people in your life in your projects. That is your reading. You've been feeling that a lot in your life and you've been trying to branch out recently. You're most welcome. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Hope that we'll be seeing you again soon. And on that note, you know, the card is saying to you, go ahead and branch out and just throw yourself wholly into what you're doing and these ideas that you're coming up with. Okay. So I need to divide this into 10 parts. That's basically 36, right? 36 degrees. Yeah, it is. I do play music, guitar and piano. Haven't been in a band in a while, but I've been planning on trying to collaborate with some people soon. Fucking beautiful. You play guitar and piano. I play the guitar and the piano, and I'm a vocalist. Please jump into the Discord server. Your brother-in-law plays and you may try and start jamming with him. You should just jam, bro, with everybody. Like, my brother had a birthday party the other day and I just went with my guitar and my drum and I just like started playing and singing and we ended up jamming together. Yeah, please join the Discord and share with us your creations as you go along, and we'll share ours. And yeah, Houseker is all about content creators and supporting content creators and weaving magic into content creation, man. That's what we're all about. It's been like 10 years since I've jammed with anyone. What nonsense is that, bro? Like, if anybody comes into my house, I should be jamming with them at some point. Okay, 36 degrees. No, I'm doing 6. I'm doing 6. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you there. I'm not doing 10, I'm doing 6. Okay. Okay, so we need to divide this into like 60. Is that right? I think so. Pencil. Making the center mark. 0, 0. Straight edge. So I've got all these little pieces of stuff here because I recorded a cool dope ass track the other day and I want to make like a little video. So I did some close-up footage of myself strumming the guitar and banging on the drum and yelling at the sky. I also want to have like I want to cut these things out, scan it in, cut these things out and put them on the screen as like little animated elements. Okay, so now that we've got our like dividing line, we need to mark it 60. Okay, where is the rest of my kits? that's exactly right. So those be my marks, be my lines. I need to turn it slightly, and then straight edge. Is this even working? I don't even know. If I put lines through all of these, will I end up with 6 lines? I hope so. It's been a long time since I was in geometry class. Seems to be working. One, two, three, four. Yeah, there's 6. Okay. Now I need a little triangle on each one of those. There's a band called Born of Osiris. They have a few music videos called Machine, and they use a lot of that type of animated art. The cutouts. Nice, nice. I'm gonna see. Born of Osiris. That's like so synchronous because I was literally just talking about Egypt and the Hekayu and yeah, fucking dope. The Machine. Yeah, I'm busy watching it now. If anybody else wants to watch it. I see, that's dope. And then he's like holding the earth and it's on fire in his hands. So mine's not going to be anything as advanced as this, but it's not the earth, it's just the planet that he's burning. But it does look fucking sick. And it's just very basic animations, I see. Very cool. Little bits of like snow and dust in the background also. Some animated ferns. Fucking dope. Yeah, something like this, eh? But maybe I'm not, it'll be my first try, eh? First try at animating, so it'll probably look really shit, but it'll be something, and I'll be in a better position next time I try it. Hey Anxious AP, what am I drawing? I'm drawing little animated elements that elements that I can cut out and later use to make like little animated videos and stuff. Welcome back, by the way. It's nice to see you again. I am doing free 1-card readings if you'd like one. Gotta start somewhere, exactly. I will be away from keyboard, but still listening because you're on my TV. Fantastic. Thank you for giving us your view. Much appreciated, Milton. So just let me know if you want that one card reading and I'll do it for you. I'm just like doing some creative stuff in between readings. Doing my own thing between readings, because why not, you know? Whatever the fuck not. So, Luke, this is the kind of music you dig? Born of Osiris? It's cool. One of my favorite bands is In This Moment. I also really enjoy Burzum, but only like, you know, Todd Jesus or Jesus Todd and what's the other song? Dunkelheit. Those are the only really good songs by them. Myself some more volume. Queen of Cups! Oh hey! I haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Did you ever end up casting that spell that we were talking about last? Would be very interested to hear what method you used. But yeah, I haven't been online in a while because I've been streaming to the members only area of Discord. You remind me a bit of Mick Jagger. So interesting. One day it's this actor, one day it's that actor, one day it's this musician, one day it's that musician. It's never the same. I think it's cool. I'm like a collection of archetypes. Like just the other day someone was saying I look like Michael Jackson, and another time before that someone was saying that I'm like one of the Jonas Brothers' lost siblings. 100% got musician vibes too when I got in chat before you told me. Oh, fuck yes. I didn't, or maybe I subconsciously did. The person ended up coming back after a little while and telling me about how much they missed me and wanted to be around me. We had a little talk about it, and I'm just observing how they treat me currently. Well, that's really interesting, and congratulations. I remember when we made that little servitor for you and charged it, that was like the outcome. That was along those lines. You were telling me that it didn't work, but maybe it did, or maybe it has nothing to do with that. Although coincidence is a lie, right? There's no such thing as coincidence. If we did something in order to create a specific outcome, then when that outcome comes around, doesn't matter how coincidental it might seem, but it is a result of whatever we did to create that outcome. You should play guitar for us. Nah. I don't think I will. I will play some guitar though. Maybe later, offline? No, actually today I'm gonna be putting my song together so that I can publish it. Because I recorded a dope ass track the other day, and I edited it together, but it's not exported as an audio file. It's still an Audacity project, so I want to finish that up. I've been listening to it on repeat for a few days. It's time to finish it up and export it and start putting a video together for it. Hey Zara, long time. Nice to see you again. Someone told me a really good way to manifest is through music. Oh, what kind of song are you making? That's so cool. Are you singing in it? I am singing in it, yes. But maybe I just needed time, or I needed to live with the other one in order to be able to eventually live with this one. Honestly, not sure. So you live with someone else? Oh, there's a lot of stuff here that I didn't catch up on. Thanks, I think it was something astrological, and yeah, the chart schedule we made about living with the Sag, and I think it made me live with another Sag, not the one that I was actually thinking about, which is this one, but maybe it just needed time, or I needed to live with the other one. It's a lot of variables. It's a lot of variables. What kind of song are you making? That's so cool. Yes, so I am going to be singing in it. I do have audio tracks on top of it. As on the topic of making magic through music, so the spells that I've been doing on the stream here are fire related. You know, we bring in the fire element. This one here, this is also a spell, and it's made out of clay, so this one is in the earth element. And then there are spells that I do that are within the water element, and those that I do in the water element, I give them a soundtrack. And sometimes I will make a spell that is spanning across all the elements. I want to bring in the power of all the different elements into it. But yeah, so it is a really good way to manifest through music. It's not better than any other way though. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You know, water is all about sound, creativity, and emotion. So if your spell or your desire is along those lines, then making music through sound and water is a great idea. Fire is very transformative, and it corresponds with your intentions and your desires and your passions. It also has to do with strong feelings like anger and lust and fiery emotion. So if your spell is within those spheres, then fire is a good idea to bring into your magic. Air is to do with thoughts and ideas and plans, strategy. So if your spell is along those lines, then you bring air in. And earth is to do with health and wealth. So if you want money magic or you want healing, then earth, you know? Universe be trolling when you're not specific enough. Lol. I don't feel like the universe really ever trolls us. I feel like the universe gives us what was right for us. We thought we wanted this Sagittarius, but the universe was like, nah, I got another Sagittarius in mind that's better for you. Or I say, I want this person with all of these characteristics, and they need to be an Aries, and then a Taurus Aries cusp comes into my life, and they have all of that stuff on that list, except they are like 1 day missing, 1 day into Taurus and 1 day out of Aries. And it's like, the universe knew what they were doing. I'm returning tomorrow from holiday, says Zara. Well, I hope you've been enjoying yourself. Where did you vacation to? Where did you go? Queen of Cups says, well, I live in school housing dorms, and yeah, I ended up moving shortly after we cast that spell. Very interesting. It's non-romantic with that person, and that's why I thought the spell didn't work the way I wanted it to. I guess spells very seldomly work the way we want them to. And that's an important part of magic, is letting go of our expectation of the outcome, letting go of any attachment to result. Like, we visualize what we want and we express what we want to the universe, but then we allow the universe to give us what is right for us. We just let go of, like, I don't need it to be exactly as I visualized it. This is just what, like, my limited human understanding of what I want is within this sphere of visualization. The universe has a much better picture of what's right for us, who we are, and what we actually want. So now I also want to have like lines and stuff that come through it, like in my tarot card. Which one is it? It's number 21. I'm just gonna go and have a look at it on my DeviantArt. Okay, I'm in my featured gallery. I'm not gonna find it here. I need to go to my tarot card gallery. Tarot, Eledian Chronicle. Pardon me. So here's the gallery if anyone else was interested in seeing it. So I kind of just like drew random lines on it and then shaded it in, so maybe I do that. Let's see, we need one that comes across. I'll try and do it exactly the same. One that comes across like this. And we've got one that comes across like this. And there's another one that comes across like this. That's good enough. That's enough lines. I'm busy drawing the Ace of Discs, not right now on this page, but like it's one of the projects. It's my latest tarot card that I'm drawing. Like there in that gallery we've got all the aces besides the Ace of Discs. Why is so much of it mature content? Well, there's nudity in a lot of it. And if there isn't nudity, then you know it's ideological sensitivity. So 21 has nudity, Ace of Wands has nudity. Which other one? 23 has nudity. 22 and 24 are not social. They are not sensitive. They are not mature content. But I felt like the whole tarot deck is basically mature content because of either its ideological sensitivity, or its nudity, or its grotesque violence. So yeah. Ace of Swords is beautiful. Thank you. Anxious AP, I feel like I asked you if you wanted a reading earlier and you said yes, and then I didn't give you a reading. I hope that's not the case. Hope I didn't do that. Anyway guys, I am giving away free 1-card readings if you guys are interested. Queen of Cups if you want one. Anxious AP if you want one. Oh, I actually didn't say anything. I was thinking if something would come up to my mind I would ask. Okay, cool. No pressure. It's not a requirement that you get tarot readings. Imagine, you cannot sit in my chat if you are not getting a tarot reading. You cannot be a part of this community if you are not here for tarot. Sure, I have one, please. Can my reading be about if this person is going to be able to keep their promises to me, if they even want to? KK? KK? I'm curious, what even made them come back after being so unkind and ignoring me all the time? Well, for me, when I've done that, when I've been really unkind to someone and then contacted them again in the future, it's usually because I feel a lot of fucking guilt. The older I get, the less I do that kind of shit, but once I was less old than I am now, you know? Knight of Cups in reverse, so that kind of answers, that kind of says what I was saying. Guilt, it's Knight of Cups is like an emotional rebirth. So the person he was when he was being mean versus the person that he is now contacting you, completely different. Like when he was being mean and he was being unkind and ignoring you, that was how he coped with his emotions back then. Like he would have well-ups of pain, or well-ups of betrayal, or well-ups of whatever, and he would immediately respond to it with aggression and unkindness or whatever. Ghosting. That's how he would respond to it. But he is no longer that. That's like he's changing the way that he responds to his emotions. Instead of responding reactively, he wants to start responding creatively. This isn't like something that came to him just like one day he woke up and he was like, hey, the way I've been interacting with my emotions is toxic, I better change it. It didn't happen like that. It was more like he suddenly felt the weight of what he was doing, of how he was hurting people and how he was hurting himself, how he was sabotaging his relationships. It's like he started to see the effects of it in his world, and he was like, I don't want to be creating this world for myself anymore. What can I do to change? And so he's going through this rebirth as a result. The less I ignore people, the less I go back to them. So what I meant by that is the older I get, the less I offend people, the less I do self-destructive, self-sabotaging things, the less I am unkind. I grow more kind, more compassionate, more creative, less reactive as I grow older. Welcome in, Igelin, Zonio. Welcome in. Please follow the page. Please follow this Facebook page so you can get notifications in the future when I'm live. If you want a reading, just go ahead and let me know. You can ask a question or I can do general. Anxious AP says, I know what to ask now. This sparked an idea. I'd like to ask, why is it so hard to fully let go of Taurus even when we got zero contact? Interested to what the tarot would say. Queen of Cups says, that's good. I'm glad he's not like that anymore and has changed. He's busy changing. He will still relapse. He will still go back to the old habits every now and then while he's still going through the metamorphosis. I'm going to be protecting my heart a little bit. Very good idea. I do care about him though, and grateful he's back in my life, and in a way that's kinder. Really proud of him and me for the changes and growth that we're going through. Thank you so much, Ingelin. Thank you for following, and if you'd like a reading, just let me know and I'll read for you. So Anxious AP wants to know about thank you for pulling that card. No problem, Queen of Cups, no problem. Wants to know about why is it so hard to let go of Taurus even when we got zero contact. Interested to know what the cards would say. We've got a Queen of Swords here. Okay, so the first thing that the Queen of Swords says to me is that you have grown and you have matured, and so because of that growth and that maturity, you're thinking, you know, if I had met the Taurus now, I would be in a better position to succeed in that relationship than I was before. I have grown so much and matured enough. I wish they had met me as I am now. So I'm also getting from this card that it's been a full cycle. Like, I don't know how long exactly you have been separate from the Taurus, but it's like, this is saying to me that it's an anniversary effect. It's probably been a year or a month, or it's like an anniversary effect. It's like at this time in the past you had some kind of meaningful exchange with the Taurus. That's why it's coming up for you in recently. That's why you're struggling with these thoughts recently. It's rooted in the fact that you wish the Taurus could see you as you are now, and like, because they obviously accuse you of things, told you maybe you're a narcissist, maybe you're unhealthy, toxic, spread false rumors about you maybe, and you're wishing that they could see you now and see that those things that they accused you of, or that past version of you, doesn't exist anymore. And what this card suggests for you is that you just need to give yourself that recognition. Give yourself that acknowledgement. You don't need it from the Taurus, you don't need it from anyone else, you can give it to yourself. And when those thoughts come up and you feel shame or you feel uncertainty or whatever it is that you deal with when these thoughts come up, these thoughts of the Taurus and that relationship, you can go back into that memory and talk to yourself and remind yourself that you're not that person anymore, or they're not that person anymore. You have changed so much since then that you can basically reassure your past self that things are going to turn out okay, that you are going to grow, that you are valid. You don't need validation from the Taurus, you don't need validation from a parent. You can give it to yourself, in essence. And that's what I'm getting from this card for you. On and off since last August. Okay, so it is definitely anniversary effect. Okay, no problem, Anxious AP. So Ingelin, I'm gonna draw a card for you now. Do I know what every suite represents in regards to timing? Sometimes the card will tell me about the timing, sometimes it will not. Seven of Swords for Ingelin. Okay. Seven of Swords for Ingelin. This card, Ingelin, this card is talking to you about where is your energy being dedicated, like which skills are you actively focused on developing? What plan needs to be actively executed? So the kind of energy that comes from this card is like, you imagine you're sitting alone at home and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Where am I investing all my time and energy? So you come up with ideas. You're like, okay, I could be studying this thing because then I can get a job in this and then I can do that. Or I should be practicing this thing so that I can then go and perform and get recognition and grow as an artist. And you come up with all of these ideas. You want to be this, you want to do that, all of this stuff. So this card is saying you've got to narrow it down. You've got to choose very specific ideas to focus your energy in. You need to choose a topic that you're going to research or learn about. You need to choose your medium. You need to choose what it is you're creating and what skills you need to get there, and dedicate all of your time and energy into those few things. You can't have all these infinite ideas that you want to manifest. You have to choose a limited number of ideas to manifest. If there's infinite, none of it will become your reality. If there's a limited, finite amount of ideas that you're manifesting, then it will come into your present. And that's your reading. Welcome and thank you. Back to what I was doing. So thinking about timing when it comes to divination. Thinking about how do I identify timing. So when I do look for timing in a card, I look at the symbols and I see what symbols are to do with time. So when it comes to the Queen, that is number 11. Queen is number 11, so it's just after 10. And 10 is like the wheel of the year. It's a revolution within the year. It's to do with the sun. So it's like when you're starting a new year. The Queen is about starting a new year. So then it's like, okay, we've just passed the anniversary of something. We're busy moving through the anniversary of something when we get to 11. And then here's another example. So say somebody asks me about when they're going to be able to make a breakthrough with their court case or whatever, and then I get, say I get the mages in reverse, number 1 in reverse. So then the mages, he corresponds with Mercury, now is in reverse, and I know that we are currently in a Mercury retrograde, so then I can kind of intuitively pick up that it's saying when Mercury goes straight again, that's when you're going to make your breakthrough. What has to do with Mercury? Did you miss out on what I was saying just now? The mages. The mages corresponds with Mercury. So if someone is asking me when am I going to make a breakthrough in my court case, and then I've got the mages in reverse, because of the question is to do with timing, I have a heading, you know? What is the mages? The mages is number 1 of the tarot, of the trumps. I heard that the astrology for the rest of the year is an atrocious. There is never atrocious astrology. Never. We're used to astrology moving in a specific way. So when it goes out of that specific normal order, then we think, oh, what an atrocious. Like when Mercury is traveling in his direction, when he's moving alongside the other planets, he's doing his job. He's taking all of our thoughts and our prayers and delivering it to source. When he goes retrograde, he's taking ideas, thoughts and instructions from source and bringing it to us. So as much as there are things that you shouldn't or that you will struggle to do during a retrograde, there are also things that retrograde will be an advantage for. Like for example, Mercury in retrograde is a great time to call out abusive behavior. Mercury in retrograde is a great time to return products that don't work, that you've bought. If you've bought something and it doesn't work, great time to send it back. To call out bullshit, and yeah, it's a great time for airing out dirty laundry. It might not be the best time to start a new creative project, but it's definitely a great time to confront all those things that were in the way of your project. I'm not very well versed in astrology. Not like some others. That's a very interesting line of questioning you've got there, Queen of Cups. So no. When you call out, let's use an example where there's a guy in a community and he has made inappropriate sexual advances on certain women, and they didn't like it, but they didn't say anything. They swept it under the carpet, and so it keeps happening, and he keeps doing it. Now suddenly these women are starting to realize that they are not the only one, that this has happened to others. So they start meeting and they talk about it, and they're like, we need to confront this guy, we need something to change, he can't keep on doing this. So then they confront him and they call out his bullshit. And he gives them an apology, but it's not very heartfelt. He says he won't do this kind of thing again, but they're not convinced. Chances are it won't happen again. But it's not really about changing his behavior, it's about honoring yourself. You got hurt, and Sekhmet is angry inside of you. Your heart is wounded, betrayed, angry, wants to be heard, wants it to be known that this happened, that this is not okay. So then speaking it out loud and talking about it is for your own growth, for your own breakthrough, for your own benefit, not even about that person. Because if you wanted to punish that person, you don't need to mediate with them. You don't need to go to them and be like, hey, you did this thing and it upset me. Instead, you just go to the police station and you press a charge against them. You say, this person sexually assaulted me, and then they get arrested, and that's on their record. When you go and talk to them, it's about you. It's about you overcoming your problem, making a breakthrough in yourself. So then it's not really all that important whether or not the behavior changes. It was about you doing the right thing. So we're still on that example. Let's say that the women have confronted this abuser, and a few months go by and nothing happens, and then they hear, oh shit, there's another woman that he has been inappropriate with. Now nobody confronts, nobody talks anymore. We're done talking. Now all the women who have experienced negative sexual experience with him, all of them go to the police station and lay charges, all of them. And it's over for that fellow. When you confront an abuser, it's very easy for the situation to blow out of proportion, for it to become dangerous. Mercury in retrograde can help protect you from that fallout. When Mercury is the right way around, their gaslighting may have an advantage. I just gave you plenty of examples though. I don't remember the details. There's a girl I follow. If you understand Spanish, I can tell you her page. I don't understand Spanish, unfortunately. So you're saying thank you for sharing that. You're welcome. Do I understand why? So Mercury is a communicator. He promotes and stalls communication. So let's say I'm a narcissist, I'm an abuser, I take advantage of people, and if I'm ever confronted, I slide and I turn everybody against that person who is confronting me. So I have learned how to use communication, Mercury, to my advantage to help me abuse. When Mercury is in retrograde, those tactics don't work as well as usual. So that's why. Companies don't like to make refunds, they don't like to give stuff back. They look for any reason why they shouldn't help you get your refund or solve your problem. If you've made a faulty purchase, or if you bought something and it ended up you didn't get everything that was promised, that was advertised, and you make a complaint about it, chances are nothing happens. But during retrograde, all of their tactics to try and work around you don't work anymore. You are at a better position to get what you're looking for out of them. Yes, literally, Mercury just went into retrograde on the 9th. That's why I'm talking about Mercury and the Mercury retrograde. Okay, I think my little star is good. It's all good. My little crystal sun. I really love how you drew your moon. Thanks. I'm going to bring it a bit closer to the camera. Fantastic. Give it a few moments to dry. And then I can remove the pencil marks. So that's that then. I'm gonna go and see what's going on Discord, because there was a bunch of stuff happening in the Discord. Got someone coming in through the reception. Gentler. Welcome in at Gentler. Oh, it kind of looks like they left as soon as they came in. Let's see. Yep. Okay. No welcome. But it is Sunday, and we do Selfie Sunday in CMG, so I guess I'm gonna post a selfie then. Put it in the posted channel. Selfie Sunday. Show me that face. Show me your ugly face. Put it in modern artists as well. There it is. It's so weird how like none of my, what do you call those things, emojis are showing up on the PC. No emojis are showing up. so it's 4:20. I've got some time. I've got until 5 to stream, but I don't think I'm gonna stream that long. I think I've been doing a lot of ritual and spellcraft over this full moon period. Musical magic, and artistic, and physical fetish crafting, and all sorts of different things. So I want to just get a little bit of insight into what kind of impact we've made with all this magic, eh? What's this then? It's a 9. 9 of Cups in reverse. What's this then? It's an Ace of Wands. And what's this one then? It's the Lust card. 4 of Cups. 3 of Discs. Okay. 9 of Cups in reverse. Not taking responsibility for the emotional impact. That's calling me out. Like, because I created some content that was designed to traumatize almost. So I see not taking responsibility for how that impacts people. The art on this deck is cool, thanks. Ace of Wands is an assist card. That's a suggestion, that communicate my intention. Because until now I've kept the intentions underneath the, well, in some aspects. Some aspects of the intention have been hidden. Like I create all this content and stuff. Within certain community spaces I'm completely vulnerable about what I'm creating. In some spaces I've kept it deliberately underneath the cloth. Kept it uncertain, a little bit of mystery. Today my plan is to make like a proper introduction video and like literally talk about what dream weaving is and how I want to incorporate that into the loom space. So I feel like it's encouraging me to do that. The Lust card in reverse, that one tells me that I've tried all this stuff before. I've been doing all of this before, like community building and content creation, so I know what I'm doing at this point. I'm figuring it all out. In reverse, what is that telling me? So in reverse, it's kind of indicating that the variables on the playing field are not the same. So if we go back a year, when I started content creating and community building, the obstacles that I faced are not going to be the same as the obstacles that I need to face now. It also reminds me of like somebody coming into my life, and I have a brief conversation with them and they make it clear that I can't be completely honest with them or vulnerable with them about my practices and my beliefs, because it's just going to create strife and distance between us as they won't understand. Like someone who's vegan doesn't want to hear me talk about how I farm chickens or pigs. They don't want to hear about what it takes to slaughter a pig, or how I use that for blood magic. That card is kind of saying to me that I must continue to be authentic regardless of that. Like someone might come in, like I'll see an obstacle, but I must be authentic even if it pushes someone away. Being mindful of how I impact their emotions. Because like talking about how I slaughter a pig could be traumatic for one person. So being mindful of that and compassionate. 4 of Cups, emotional discipline, routine in my creativity, routine within creativity, being creative in like a cycle, almost like a ritual of creative expression. Doing creative things every day, consistently. That's hope. Hope for health and wealth, but specifically it's talking about community and working alongside others to create health and wealth. Vinanama idra sodru fide jakant. Motre seante. Ia inama eu. I feel like that's that. I'm going to close up now. Of course. Janae Edmondson, let me know what your question is and I'll do a reading for you before I bounce off. You got a question? Let me know and I will read for you. What do my spirit guides want me to know? Fantastic question. The universe in reverse. It's not focusing. Focus. Camera doesn't want to focus. Anyway, universe card. So this card is talking to me about taking action. You've got this idea in your mind about what you want to create with your life and what you want to do, and then you take action to make your physical world correspond with this goal that you got in your mind, but then being met with obstacles in yourself, like things in yourself coming up that get in the way. Anger, resentment, laziness, procrastination, physical health issues, mental health issues. So what I feel like what your guides are saying to you here is that this is normal and it's okay. Every time that you try and take action and then you're met with a shadow aspect of yourself that prevents you or sabotages you, you are aware of it. You can see it, you observe it. Okay, if I try and write on my laptop, it's my ADHD wants to take me away, it wants to distract me with social media. So I need to get rid of social media from this device if I want to be serious about writing. So every time that you take an action and you find some part of yourself that prevents you from getting there, you are aware of it. So next time you can do something differently. You can work around those aspects of yourself. What's another example? What's another good example? So if I go into the kitchen and my plan is to cook a meal, and I start getting everything ready, and I need to cook on fire, like this is my example. I'm cooking on a wood burning stove, so I build a fire and I'm like, I'm gonna cook, and then I end up chatting on my phone or playing a game on my phone, and then I look, 4 hours have passed, it's now 10 o'clock at night, my fire is dead, and I still don't have anything to eat. So what this card is saying to you is that you're gonna see parts of yourself like that get in the way of what you're creating, what you're trying to do. But each time that it happens, you just make yourself aware of it. Like, I can't take my phone with me to go and cook because I know that it distracts me. I need to have a clear-cut plan and go and execute it step by step, and not pick up my phone and not read that article and not pick up that magazine. Focus on the task at hand and not allowing these other things in the space, because I know that they will distract me. I know that they will get in the way. So your guides are saying that whatever you're busy creating, there are things that are coming up, and there are things that you can do to push that out of your space. You can push those distractions, you can push those obstacles out of your space. You don't know what they are yet, but every time that you try and you find one, like I've discovered, social media is an obstacle to my ability to write, so get rid of social media. I notice my cell phone is an obstacle to my ability to cook, so I get rid of my cell phone when I want to cook. And that kind of thing. You take it step by step. I want to know what to... We got that, man. I've just been through a lot. I pray God helps you. I mean, God shall help you. Your God. So in this card, there is a serpent that is trying to wrap itself around the star goddess. It's trying to restrict her. But she is dancing with it. She dances out of its way. Every time it makes a move to wrap itself around her, she dances with it, because she can see it. There's an eye here, and there's a beam of light coming out of the eye, and it's shining on the serpent. So that's your awareness and your observation. The serpent is your shadow self, and the obstacles you're facing. The star goddess is you. So the serpent is unable to restrict you, because every time that it tries, you see it, and then you dance out of its way. This is a pendulum. Will everything work out for Janae and her fiance? So that's a bit of an anti-clockwise rotation I've got there. So anti-clockwise rotation, it says to me that you are busy sabotaging your outcome. Both of you. So if you want a happy, constructive marriage, then you need to show each other patience and forgiveness and understanding and self-control, but you're not. You're showing each other aggression, entitlement. You're making the other one responsible for your triggers, and that is sabotaging your outcome. But that anti-clockwise rotation says that it's not a clear yes or no, so it's saying you have time to change your outcome. If you start taking responsibility and you start showing the symptoms of love, you can turn this around. So please like and subscribe, Janae. Would be much appreciated, and I can follow you. You can come back and get a reading next week, and we can see what has changed. We can see what new advice the cards and the spirits have for you. Take what you've learned here today, contemplate it, apply it, and then we'll see next week Friday, next week Sunday. You can come back in, and we'll see what has changed for you, and what new advice the spirits have for you. Otherwise, I'm going to head offline now, and I'll be doing these free one-card readings again next week, Friday and Sunday. But I do provide tarot readings and scrying and all kinds of divination and magic services, mystic services, privately, but those are paid services. So I do these free one-card readings twice a week. Pardon me. Cheers though. Cheerio, cheerio, bye bye. Peace be